Heaven is executing a hard reset on the architecture of your life. Chosen One, I need you to stop whatever you are doing. Put down your phone. Still your mind. Listen carefully to the frequency of what I am about to tell you. At exactly 5:55 this morning, the veil between dimensions was violently torn. I was not awakened by an impression. I was not awakened by a dream. I was awakened by an audible, physical voice. A voice that carried the weight of many waters, speaking 3 words that are about to permanently alter the trajectory of your existence. Reset is initiated. I sat up in the dark, my physical body trembling from the acoustic shockwave of the command. Before my rational mind could even process the syllables, my consciousness was pulled upward into the most staggering, hyper-detailed vision I have ever experienced. What I witnessed in those early morning hours was not a metaphor. It was not poetry. It was spiritual cybernetics, and it was about you. By the time you finish hearing this transmission, you will understand a terrifyingly beautiful truth. Your old life, the one filled with invisible friction and endless delays, has already been terminated in the spiritual realm. Your new operational timeline is loading right now. If your spirit just recognized the weight of those words, if your chest-tightened doom must anchor this frequency in the physical world. Go to the comments right now and type, "My reset is initiated." This is not for an algorithm. This is your conscious consent to the overwrite. To understand the magnitude of this reset, you must first understand how your life was hacked. Modern religion tells you that your suffering is just God testing you or the mysterious will of the Father. But the ancient mystics and Gnostics who hid their texts in the Egyptian desert to survive the Roman Empire knew a much darker truth. In the Apocryphon of John, it is revealed that this material realm is heavily managed by parasitic entities known as the Archons. The rulers. These are not demons with pitchforks. They are inorganic, systemic intelligence. They operate like a malicious source code, embedded in the fabric of the Matrix. Their primary function, to identify the pneumatics, the chosen ones who carry the pure divine spark of the monadand. Misconfigure their earthly avatars. Before you were even born, the Archonic system attempted to sabotage your settings. They placed limits on your financial capacity, so you would spend your life exhausted by survival. They corrupted your relational algorithms, drawing energy vampires toward your light to drain you. They place glitches in your physical health to keep you distracted by pain. You have spent your entire life believing you were a failure because you had to fight 10 times harder than the Hylics, the unawakened masses, just to survive. You were never a failure. You were operating on a corrupted, restricted operating system designed by the Demiurge to keep a god-tier consciousness trapped in a low-frequency loop. But the true source, the Mona does not leave its sparks in the dark forever. Let me tell you exactly what I saw in the vision. I was standing inside an architecture that defies human language. It was a massive control room, but not made of metal and wires. It was constructed of solidified light. The walls were infinite, covered in panels that monitored the vital statistics of the human collective. Financial status, relational dynamics, health conditions, spiritual velocity. An entity of immense light, a watcher, approached me. He said, "Come. I have something to show you regarding the ones who carry the spark." He led me to a specific sector. I stopped before a panel that bore your unique energetic signature. Your entire biological and spiritual existence was displayed there. But what made my blood run cold was this. Every single metric on your screen was flashing red. Not 1 or 2. Every single one. The watcher saw the horror on my face and explained, "Red does not mean they have sinned. Red means they have been hacked. Red means the Archons have tampered with their base configuration. Red means they are operating at 10% of their divine design. You have been functioning with corrupted programming. The financial ceiling you couldn't break, Archonic code. The toxic relationships you couldn't escape. Malicious rooting. The chronic exhaustion. A deliberate energy siphon. Then, the atmosphere in the room changed. The air became heavy with an electric charge. A senior watcher, an Archangel of the highest celestial order, approached your panel. He did not ask for permission. He did not consult a committee. He raised his hand and spoke the command. Initiate. Divine reset. The moment those syllables shattered the air, Every red warning light on your panel went black. The screen died. The financial limitations vanished. The relational dysfunctions erased. The timeline delays deleted into the void. Everything the enemy had built around you was wiped clean in a fraction of a second. But a reset does not leave a vacuum. After the darkness, a brilliant, blinding gold light began to cascade down the screen. New configurations were loading, but these were not repairs of the old system. This was source code. The original, uncorrupted blueprints of the monad, where there was financial restriction. Abundance protocols were overriding the system. Where there was relational trauma, divine connection algorithms were locking into place. Where there was chronic fatigue, supernatural vitality was downloading into the cellular memory. Then, the voice of the Creator resonated through the crystalline structure. Tell my chosen one that the reset is not optional. It is not waiting on their perfection. It is already in progress. The old life is dead. The new parameters are loading. What was limited is being expanded to infinity. What was delayed is now accelerating at the speed of light. This vision was not a metaphor. It is happening in the quantum field right now. Here are the 5 specific vectors of your life that the divine reset is currently over. You must know them, so you do not panic when the physical world begins to drastically shift. Vector 1. The economic override. The Archons designed your financial life around the frequency of scarcity. You earned wages to put them into a bag with holes, Haggai 1-6. The reset is deleting the scarcity protocol. The new system operates on supernatural supply. You will no longer trade your life force for survival. Provision will begin to hunt you down. Within 15 days, an unexpected conduit of resource will open, bypassing the traditional economy entirely. Vector 2. The relational firewall. Your old system attracted parasites based on your trauma. The reset is activating a divine firewall. Narcissists, energy vampires, and covert enemies are being forcibly uninstalled from your timeline. Do not mourn them. In their place, the monad is rooting destiny helpers, souls who match your true frequency directly into your path. Vector 3. The somatic restoration health. Your physical vessel has been carrying the dense trauma of this world. The reset is restoring your biology to its factory. Edenic specifications, the chronic inflammation, the brain fog, the inexplicable exhaustion. The codes sustaining them are being terminated. The new protocol is proactive vitality. Your body will begin to aggressively heal itself. Vector 4. The purpose alignment. You have spent years wondering, feeling like you possessed immense power but had nowhere to aim it. The confusion algorithm has been deleted. The new protocol is crystal clarity. You will suddenly understand exactly why you had to endure the wilderness. The doors that refuse to budge for a decade will open before you even touch the handle. Vector 5. The timeline compression. This is the ultimate hack. The Archons tampered with your perception of time to convince you that you were too late, that you had missed your window. The monad is implementing timeline compression. What the enemy delayed for 10 years, heaven will manifest in 10 weeks. Time itself is bending to accommodate your destiny. You are not late. You are exactly on the cosmic schedule. I must issue a severe warning. The parasitic system knows your reset has been initiated. The Archons watch the red lights go dark. They are in an absolute panic because a chosen one operating on source code is a weapon of mass awakening that they cannot control. In the next 72 hours, the enemy will attempt a desperate counterattack. They will try to crash the reset. How? By sending circumstances designed to make you believe nothing has changed. They will trigger old arguments. They will cause unexpected expenses. They will flood your mind with intense, heavy doubt. Do not fall for the illusion. Think of a physical computer. When you initiate a deep system reboot, what happens? The screen goes completely black. The programs shut down. To the untrained eye, it looks like the machine has died. The same law applies spiritually. Over the next few weeks, it may look like your life is falling apart. Relationships may abruptly end. Structures you relied on may collapse. Do not panic. That is not destruction. That is deletion. The old matrix must be violently uninstalled before the new paradigm can fully load. Trust the darkness of the reboot. I saw one final thing in the vision. Around your panel in the control room, a sphere of impenetrable, liquid light formed. The Watcher looked at me and said, "The reset is sealed. No entity, no demon, no human curse can interrupt the installation. Right now, as we close this transmission, you must use the acoustic power of your voice to finalize the download. Your vocal cords are the mechanism that grounds spiritual code into physical reality. Speak this out loud into the room. I am the chosen of the monad. I consent to the divine reset. Delete the limitations. Uninstall the fear. Download the source code. My old life is dead. My sovereign timeline begins now. If you spoke those words, the installation is complete. Now, execute the final steps of agreement. Like this video. This is not for a metric. It is your digital signature of agreement in the algorithm, forcing this frequency outward to the next sleeping spark. Subscribe and activate notifications. The coming transmissions will teach you how to pilot this upgraded vessel. If you revert to old thinking, you will crash the new system. Perform a physical act of deletion today. Delete an old contact. Throw away an object tied to your past trauma. The physical act commands the spiritual reality. Chosen one. You arrived at this video exhausted, running on corrupted code. You are leaving as an upgraded, weaponized, sovereign being. The screen went dark, but the light is coming back on. Welcome to your new life.